Well, it's been a long while since I've made a video, but I decided to make one after all this time, almost a year, because you know what? I always make videos for Criterions. Usually anyway. Hi, my name is Charles and welcome to my channel. As I said, it's been almost a year since I've made a video. I've just been very, distraught with the state of physical, movies. And, Criterions are usually the only things these days that I actually buy in terms of physical media for movies. So, I didn't make a video for the last Criterion sale at Barnes& Noble because there wasn't really that much I bought. But I just had to make a video for this flash sale that just happened on, Criterion's actual website because I actually got a lot of stuff. So I thought I'd share what I got because it's been a while that, buying movies has made me feel a little bit of serotonin, a little bit of dopamine, all that stuff, all those brain stuff that make you feel good and all that. Should I have learned how to make my videos better? Probably, but I spent all this time not making videos, like playing video games and getting into not only reading manga, but, collecting manga and, watching a lot of animes. So, yeah, my video skills probably have dwindled even more than they were in the last video. My presence, I don't know how this video is going to be. I'm trying to make sure I stare at the camera, that way I'm making eye contact, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a mess. But then again, if you watched a bunch of my past videos, a lot of them were messes anyway, so it's whatever. But yeah, I had like $80 worth of like credits for the Criterion actual website, and even after I used all $80 of those promotional credits, I still paid a lot. And I was like, when I saw the amount, and I was like, how is that possible? And then I looked at the tax and I was like, why is the tax like 20 something, almost $30? Eyes bulging out like Looney Tunes. I was like, I saved money, but at the same time, it's like, darn you tax, why don't I live in Oregon? But, it's whatever. Oregon, whatever other states have no tax, but, there's drawbacks to that. But anyway, yeah, I did not expect to spend that much, but I might be returning some of these if they won't like give me like an exchange or a replacement for the insert sleeves, because some of these did not come in the best condition. So I will have to email them about that. But yeah, I feel fully a mess today. I woke up at 1 o'clock and then I was reading on my phone my webtoons, and then I was like, oh, time to get up. And then it was like, oh, car problems. Don't want to be spending money on that. So hopefully it's not that bad. But if that is bad, maybe I might return a lot of these, but hopefully not, because a lot of these are, I've been waiting to get them. But yeah, maybe I should just get into showing you guys what I got during this flash sale. Yeah, let's just get into it now, because I want to make this fast because I have more manga to read and video games to play. So yes, let's get on this already. Okay, so the first thing I got is from, the Criterion's like Janus film collection. I guess that's what you call it. But I got The Beast, starring Léa Seydoux and George Mackay, directed by Bertrand Bonello. Is that how you say his name? Have not watched this. I've just seen clips of the movie, and I really think about that clip that has Léa Seydoux like looking around and then screaming and then her dissolving. And yeah, I was just like, that seems interesting. I know this is playing on the Criterion Collection's website, like their channel, but I just cannot make myself watch it on my laptop. So I was waiting for this to be on the physical release, and when they announced it, I was like, yes, but we gotta wait for a sale. And this is only $14.99 during the half price sales at either their website or during the Barnes& Noble sale. So you should get it because the Janus films are pretty good. And once again, for $15.99, it's pretty much a steal. But yeah, I can't wait to watch this, and hopefully it's good, but it's very long. And yeah, I've been really not been watching movies that much because, I don't know, reality is getting to me, and sometimes I'm like, some movies are too real and I just cannot at the moment. But hopefully this is good, and hopefully it restores some of my passion in watching movies. Oh, seriously, like the only movies I've really been watching recently are the ones in theaters, and a lot of these big studio movies have not really been impressing me, and I'm just sitting in the theaters being like, this was a waste of my time. I could have been home playing more of my video game, or like reading more manga, or watching more anime. So, I'm really in a hole when it comes to watching movies. So, hopefully some of these Criterions will re-inspire me to really get into movie watching again, because my cinephile card, my movie lover card, is about to be revoked, and it's like, I can't blame them. I can't blame them for trying to revoke it, because it's like, girl, what have I been doing with movies? Nothing much, but once again, hopefully I get back into it. Okay, another one from the Janus Contemporary line that I got is Evil Does Not Exist from Ryan Hamaguchi, the director of Drive My Car. And I don't really know anything about this, but I heard it was good, and, I love Drive My Car, so I was like, you know what? I didn't really know much about Drive My Car going into that, but I loved it. So hopefully that's the same situation when it comes to this movie. But this is a pretty short movie, the reverse of The Beast. But yeah, hopefully it's good. Once again, I don't really know much about it. I kind of think I know the plot, but at the same time, not really. So once again, this is going to be a blind watch. And I know I told myself to stop buying things, stop blind buying movies. But, when they're in the Criterion collection or like the Janus Contemporary collection, I'm just like, let's just roll the dice. And if not, we can always just sell it like a little bit cheaper on eBay. But hopefully that's not the case, because once again, this was $14.99 instead of $30.99. So yes, get those deals. Can I just say, I find it very fascinating how like the whole Criterion Closet videos have become so big, and that a lot of people are into them now, and how a lot of people go to like those mobile Criterion closets that have been popping up around the country sometimes. And it's just like, I don't know how to feel about that, because for some reason, I really like how Criterion was really for film lovers, but for some reason I feel like a lot of people are big posers. I don't know. I've just been collecting Criterions since I was in college, and granted, they were already on Spine 800 when that was happening, when I started collecting Criterions and getting into Criterions, but still we're in the Spine 1200s now, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are either just getting into Criterions, which is fine, or some people are just yeah, physical movies, I love them, but it's but do you actually like the films in the Criterion collection? Because I don't know, some of these people's picks, when I see regular people in the Criterion, the mobile Criterion closets, I'm like, these are a little bit basic, honey. Not to be rude, but I'm throw in a little something something, a little curveball that makes people be like, they watch film. But, a lot of people's choices, very mundane choices that you could pick from the Criterion collection. And it's don't get me wrong, I like some of the more basic and more obvious choices in the collection. But at the same time, it's come on, show your cinephile card, your movie watcher card, by throwing a movie that will make people actually check it out. When I see, the letterbox people interview actors and all that on red carpets, the really good actors are the ones who throw out at least one or two movies in their top 4 that you have not heard of, or you've heard of but not really watched, and it's it makes you want to watch that. When it comes to Criterion, I feel like you should be watching some of their obscure-ish things. That way it can make you watch new things. But I don't know, with a lot of the people who have gone on the Criterion train recently, it feels like they're going for the more obvious things, and it's that's good and all, but y'all need to watch some of the more obscure things and learn about those filmmakers and all that. I'm really going on a rant today. I have not made a video in a long time, and I'm just firing shots everywhere. But yeah, on to the next one. The next thing I got. Okay, up next I have Spine number 36, which is Wages of Fear on 4K. I already have the Blu-ray, have not watched the Blu-ray, but I need to get the 4K of this, because I was this artwork, stunning. And, when I read the synopsis of one of the Criterion Collection's next releases, Sorcerer, I was is this not just Wages of Fear? And then when I read more into it, I was oh, it is a remake of Wages of Fear. So, maybe I'll do a double feature with Wages of Fear and whenever I get Sorcerer, and see how not only the original is, but how that remake stacks up to the original. Maybe I'll make a video about that whenever that happens, probably in summer. But yeah, hopefully this is good. I don't know if I want to keep my Blu-ray copy, but they have alternative artwork, so I'm kind of maybe. See, I have it right here. Is it showing? Oh, there we go. Now it's showing. It's a pretty cool artwork. Both are great artworks, so I think I might just keep both versions. Usually I sell the Blu-ray copies if I get a 4K upgrade, but when they have alternative artworks, it's kind of well, I'm gonna keep both of them as long as the Blu-ray is good as well. The Wages of Fear is one of the Criterions that its inner artwork sleeve, the artwork sleeve for it, is not good because it's torn on the spine. So I need to see if they can give me a replacement for that insert sleeve. They're pretty good at giving you replacements once you show them pictures of the damage, but I'm just like, it's hard because I hate when artwork sleeves for my Criterions have bends or rips, and it's like, I'm not one of those people to be like, anyway, and like readjust it. It's like, no, if it's bad, I need a new one because I did not pay this money for something in not perfect condition. So that's just the OCD in me, and yeah, that is one of the ones that I will need to contact them about. Okay, up next I have spine number 1254, and that is Godzilla versus Violence. Have not watched this. This was the most recent release that came out on the collection when the sale started, and I looked into it and it looked good, so I said, why not? I mean, I have like that Godzilla collection from the Criterion collection, and I also have like the most recent Godzilla movies, you know, Godzilla and not Godzilla, King of Monsters, not that, but I have like Godzilla versus Kong and like that most recent one that came out as well. So I enjoy Godzilla, which is why I was like, let's watch an old Godzilla movie and see how it is. But yeah, this is one of the old ones that have a 4K. The original Godzilla has a 4K, but I don't know if I'm interested in getting that. But yeah, this is also one of the ones I have to like get them to exchange, because once again, the artwork sleeve is not good. I'm not gonna zoom into it or anything, but it's not good. I need to get this exchange because once again, this just came out. It should not have things like this. Sorry to the people who do the packaging, but it's like, I know you don't get paid enough, but I care, so it's like, I need these in good condition. So sorry for sounding a little bit like, I don't know, spoiled or ungrateful, but it's like, sorry, I spent money. It should be good, especially when it's brand new. So yeah. And also, I love the artwork for this. It is so cool. Ugh, when Criterion like covers go off, I'm just so happy. One of the ones that I hate is The Worst Person in the World. I really don't like that artwork for that movie, and it's like sad face because I love that movie. My mind's just like, why couldn't they have just put the poster on that movie? Because that would have been better than what they chose. Okay, I had to bring out the movie real fast because if I brought it up, I need to show it. But look at this cover art. Look at it. It is not my fave. People are like, oh, it really encapsulates the movie. And it's like, for me, it's like, not. Like, we could have done better. Back to the drawing board is what I would have said if I was the people at Criterion. But you know what? I hate when artworks are like this. It's like, you could have been so much better when you're a movie that's so good. And it's like, ugh, really disappoints me. Okay, up next, I have spine number 1244, and that is Sammo Hung's Eastern Condors. And I don't really know much about this movie. I've never seen it before, but I read the premise, and I kind of like the premise. And I do like Sammo Hung. His movies are hit or miss with me. The movie My Lucky Stars was a miss for me. They advertised that as a Jackie Chan movie, and it was not. It was not, since he was barely in it. He like appears in the first 10 minutes, and then he's gone, and he's back at the end, and it was like, the rest of the time you're with Sammo Hung and some other actors, and it's like, y'all are not carrying. The comedy's not comedying. So I was like, that's a chop for me. But hopefully this is better because it has a singular Criterion release. So, you know, it has to be good. If it was like added into the collection, you know, that's what they say. But you never know. You never know. Hopefully it's good. Okay, up next I have spine number 1245, and that is The Mother and the Whore. Did not know what the heck this was about. I remember when they announced it, I was like, okay. But I saw Carrie Coon get it, and, you know, I trust Carrie Coon's sense of taste. She and Tracy Letts watches everything, so, and they have a lot of physical movies, whether it be DVDs, Blu-rays, or 4Ks, so I'm just like, I trust their sense of taste, because they're both impeccable people. So, you know, when Carrie Coon recommended this, I finally got myself to watch the trailer, and I was like, this does look like my speed. So I added to the cart and I was like, let's go, French movie. Let's go, like, lots of talking. Hopefully it's good. It came out, when did this come out? In the 60s. I thought so. This came out during the 60s, near the end of the 60s. So, you know, that time period's pretty interesting because it's like just converging into the 70s. So this probably will like resonate with me because I like that time period quite a bit. But yeah, more thoughts on that later. Like, if you follow me on Letterboxd, then, you know, when I watch this, I'll log it, obviously. Okay, up next, I have spine number 1250, and that is Crossing Delancey. And honestly, this movie has been kind of on my radar. It kind of pops up every once in a while when I'm looking into movies. But the director of this movie, she made the movie that's also in the Criterion Collection, Chilly Scenes in Winter. Love that movie, and I heard that this is probably her best movie, so that's a lot to live up to. So hopefully it's good. I heard it's a really good romantic movie, so I love romance, so hopefully it's good. And yeah, like I don't even know who stars in it, so we'll see how this goes. Another blind buy. Okay, up next I have spy number 1243, and that is the Coen Brothers is movie that won Best Picture, and that is No Country for Old Men. I think the movie's good. Not like super like crazy about it, but I watched it finally. I believe it was in the early 2020s, and I was either early 2020s or late 2010s. Can't really remember when, but it was around then. But I was like, this is good. And then I just went, anyways. But I basically have all the Coen Brothers' movies are in the Criterion Collection. So I was like, I'm just going to get this because, not going to break that streak. And also, like, it's a Best Picture winning movie. So, of course, I'm going to get it because it's not bad and it's probably one of the better Best Picture winning movies, so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. Okay, up next I have spy number 501, and that is Wim Wenders' Paris, Texas on 4K. See, this is the same artwork for the Blu-ray, so the Blu-ray will be going. But yeah, this is, I would say, my favorite movie from Wim Wenders. It's just so emotional and quiet, and I don't know, it's been years since I've seen it, but it still resonates with me, and hopefully it was worth buying on 4K because movies I really like, I buy them on 4K, and I'm always just like, fingers crossed, like that the 4K makes a difference, because if not, I'm just wasting my money. But I'm always good to waste money on things I love. But yeah, hopefully it's good. And yeah, Paris, Texas, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out because it is, in my opinion, Wim Wenders' best movie. God, my hair is a mess. Like, I really just jumped on this video and said whatever, and my hair is just like not working with me today, so sorry for that. Okay, next I have spy number 1246, and that is Stephen Frears' The Grifters, and I've only seen this movie once. I liked it a lot. I think that Angelica Houston and Annette Bening getting those Oscar nominations were very well deserved. I do think John Cusack should have gotten an Oscar nomination for this as well, but it was the curse of he's a very young and successful hot guy in Hollywood, so they're not going to reward him. But now it's like at his age, it's like, I don't know, he's not really in movies that much that are getting awards recognition, so, his time has passed. But this is a pretty great movie, and check it out if you haven't. This gives me hope. This and a few other movies that have been released in the collection that, like, are from Miramax. They're Miramax releases, and they're in the collection now. So I'm really hoping that Shakespeare in Love comes to the collection because I need a 4K of that movie. That movie's great, and I will never stand for slander for, Shakespeare in Love. People love to slam that movie for multiple reasons. Some of it warranted, a lot of it not warranted. And it's like, girl, that movie is a very good Best Picture winning movie. It's one of the best Picture winning movies. I wouldn't say it's like top 10, but it's like at least in the top like 20 to 30 Best Picture winning movies. And a lot of people want to fry it because they're like, Saving Private Ryan should have won. But girly, I would rather choose to watch Shakespeare in Love than Saving Private Ryan. And both movies are impeccably, that's how you say the word, made. I know that Saving Private Ryan is more impressive technically because of the whole war aspect, but you can't just be like disregarding what Shakespeare in Love did, because Shakespeare in Love did that, and Gwyneth Paltrow did that, and I will never stand for slander against her winning either. Like, Cate Blanchett has 2 Oscars already. Like, there was no need. Like, history has justified that she didn't need to win that. Fernanda Montenegro, like, girl, they were never going to give you that Oscar because they don't give Oscars to foreign people, especially during that time. I think only, like, Anna Magnani and Sophia Loren were the only people to win Oscars for Best Lead Actress, like, at the times that they won in the 50s and 60s. So it was like, did you really think you were going to win? Especially when Miramax swinging their huge campaign style for Gwyneth. It was like, no. And also, I just gotta say, rewatch Shakespeare in Love because Gwyneth Paltrow is playing 4 characters in that movie. She's playing Viola de Lesseps, then she's playing Sir Kent, the guy version of Viola, and then she's playing both Romeo and Juliet. So she's playing 4 different characters in that movie and pulls it off flawlessly. And a lot of people are like, oh, it looks so easy. Well, guess what? Some of the best performances are made to look easy, and Gwyneth just did that. So even though a lot of drama with Shakespeare in Love, love Shakespeare in Love, and it should get a Criterion release, and back to the Grifters, yes, love the Grifters, I like the Grifters, should rewatch it. But yeah, this gives me hope for a Shakespeare in Love release. So if you're listening, Criterion people, get the rights to Shakespeare in Love and give it a 4K release, because it's what it deserves. Oh, the lighting in my room just changed. The sun is going down, and now like the ring light is like giving most of the light, so I better hurry because I hate when my videos have different lighting. Up next, I have spine number 1253, and that is Charlie Chaplin's A Woman in Paris. Haven't seen this yet, but I liked what I read about it, and I know it's Charlie Chaplin's second movie, and it's not really a comedy, it's more of a serious life drama, so I'm just curious to see how this is going to play out, since it's a, silent movie. And, I'm just wondering why they didn't give it like a 4K like edition, just a Blu-ray, but hopefully it looks good on the Blu-ray transfer. And lastly, I have the Yojimbo and Senjiro box set on 4K. I have the Blu-ray box set. If you look behind me on the top of me, you probably can see the box set. But yeah, I haven't actually watched these movies, but I was just banking that the 4Ks look better than the Blu-rays, so hopefully they do. I do need to get this exchange because the box has like a dent on the side here. That saddens me, but it's whatever. Hopefully they'll exchange me, send me a replacement for this. Once again, Criterion is pretty good about sending you replacements if something's damaged on your stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to email them about this, and hopefully this and the other 4 movies that I showed you guys that I said have problems with their artwork sleeve, I can get them, those replacements sent within the week. I actually do have one more movie I got. It was The Freshman, Harold Lloyd's The Freshman, but that box, the Digipack box, is so dented that I was just like, I'm not going to show that, because that really either needs to get me a new box, I need a new box for that, or I'm just going to return it, because it's such in bad condition that I'm like, how did y'all ship this out? But yeah, those are all the movies I bought during this most recent Criterion flash sale on the actual Criterion website. I was at work when they announced it. I really was wondering, that same day, when are they gonna do this flash sale? Because usually it happens, in March. And then when I was on my phone, I saw they just announced it, and I was like, oh, time to buy. And I remember logging into my account during break and being like, cart, and then, checking out and being like, there we go, done. But, yeah, I don't really have that much on my wish list left for the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale in end of June, early July. So I don't know if I'm going to make a video for that, but there are some things I want, obviously Anora. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make a video for that sale, but if I do, it's probably going to be very short because there's not that much I want to buy from Criterion anymore. I'm pretty sure I said that in my last video, but there are some older movies I want from them, but with the rate that they're releasing 4K re-releases, it's I might as well just wait until they announce a 4K re-release of some of their movies, because it's don't want to be double dipping. I'm already gonna have to double dip again with Some Like It Hot. But yeah, with Some Like It Hot, I've effectively bought it 3 times at this point: original Blu-ray, Criterion Blu-ray, and then Kino Lorber 4K. And I can't believe I'm gonna buy it again from Criterion on 4K, and it's the madness has to stop. The madness has to stop. Which is why I'm not buying any old Criterions, because they could release it on 4K. I'm looking at you, A Brighter Summer Day. That one is primed for a 4K re-release. I just know it in my bones. But anyways, yeah, that was all the movies I got during this most recent Criterion flash sale from their actual website. As I said, I need to get some replacement things for some of these movies. But yeah, I'm very happy to have gotten some new movies. I don't really buy movies that much anymore. I usually am just buying manga at this point. So, maybe I might make some videos about that, because I really transformed my room from more of a movie-centric room into more of a manga room. So, yeah, I probably should make some videos about my movies, since I've moved them into a different storage, and most of the stuff around my room is more manga oriented. So, probably will make some more videos about manga coming up, but I still will make videos about movies whenever I make videos. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to try to make more videos, because, I do like making videos, I do like talking, but, I hate people, and I hate a lot of people's opinions, especially when they're annoying opinions in my comments. So another reason why I don't make videos that often, because it's like, I hate people, so yeah. I feel like I'm gonna make a video about my vinyl collection. I do want to talk about my vinyl, so if I do make another video recently, like recently or in the future, near future, it's probably going to be about my vinyls, so look forward to that. And if you do like manga and anime, then stick around. If you're watching this, you probably have been sticking around, even though I haven't made a video in like almost a year. But like, yeah, I will probably make a video about my manga. I don't know if I'll make a complete like collection video about my manga, or if I'll just talk about like certain manga I have. But yeah, probably going to be talking about some of that. But then again, I don't know how crazy people who like manga are. So if they're crazier than people who are into music and people who are into physical movies, then I'm about to dip as well, because it's like I don't have energy and patience for that. But yeah, I mean, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. You know what people say, you know, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and all that. Because if I actually made revenue for my videos, I would make more videos, but I don't. So I will be at my office job earning my money that barely gives me money to, you know, like satiate my spending. So yes. Anyways, thank you guys for coming to my channel and watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. I always say that at the end of my videos, and truly I will try to make a video like soon again, but no promises, because I got lots of stuff to do. I'm playing Trails into Reverie right now. For all of you guys who know what the Legend of Heroes franchise is, very, very excited for Trails Beyond the Horizon. Was notified about that while I was on the treadmill at the gym, and I almost screamed while I was exercising. But yes, I'm playing Trails into Reverie right now. So close to getting caught up, but yeah, I'm really spending a lot of my time doing that right now. So I also did finish Metaphor Refantasio. Maybe I should make a video about the video games I've been playing that have been staving off the depression and the sadness. But yeah, I gotta go, because once again, the video game is calling me and I got other stuff to do. But once again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, I'm gonna go. So yes, bye.